Hey guys, welcome back to Eric Reacts with Season 4, Episode 3 of Game of Thrones. And this episode is called Breaker of Chains. The title is probably about Daenerys. We'll see if there's a double meaning in there or something. She'll probably start to tackle the last slave city of Meereen. I have to imagine we'll hear more about the fallout from Joffrey's death, though. Tyrion has to get out of that situation somehow, but I'm not sure how he'll do that yet. Arya just had one of the people on her list killed. She'll probably be happy unless she wanted to be the one to do it. She wanted, like, the revenge. Sansa is running away with Dantos. I don't know if he has an escape route. He doesn't quite seem like a man with a plan. Davos might be emboldened. No, not Davos. Stannis might be emboldened by Joffrey's death and try to make a move. I actually hope they don't put Tommen on the throne. He'd be in danger from Stannis, and he's not acting as a usurper. He's just put there because that's what the family wants him to do. He's just a kid. Cersei will probably win the argument that Marjorie is not queen because the marriage wasn't consummated. Just because everybody would be behind Cersei, most likely. It's going to be all very interesting. Just before we get started, just letting you guys know, in case you missed it last time, I now have a P.O. box. The address will be in the link in the description, not in the link, in the description below. And I've started using Twitter, kinda. My handle is Eric Reacts, no spaces. So follow me there while I try to figure out how the heck to use it. Let's get started.
Where's Sansa?
Find her. Bar the gates of the city, sees every ship in the harbor.
Oh man. Littlefinger.
Peter, the worst is past.
You're a little close. He did this for the money, okay? So okay. That's fine. What?
He saved me.
Saved you, my lady. He followed my orders, every one of them. Money buys a man's silence for a time. A bolt in the heart buys it forever. And he gave you a priceless necklace.
Wow. That was planned too? Oh, it's fake.
I promise you that. You're safe with me.
No.
One of my husbands preferred the company of men and was stabbed through the heart. Another was happy as torturing animals and was poisoned at our wedding feast. I must be cursed.
Nonsense.
Yeah.
Most the next one should be easier.
Tommen. Tommen's a child, though. So is Joffrey, but
What kind of king do you think you'll be?
a kind one, hopefully.
A good king?
A good king?
I think so as well. What is a good king's single most important quality?
This is hardly the place.
Yeah, can you give them some time to mourn?
Holiness?
Horus the First was just. He was murdered in his sleep after less than a year by his own brother. Was that
Ruthless.
truly just of him? To
Ruthless.
abandon his subjects to an evil that he was too gullible to recognize? What do they all lack?
Common sense. I don't know.
Wisdom.
Yes.
Wisdom.
Wisdom is what makes a good king.
Any experience of treasuries and granaries or shipyards and soldiers?
Is he trying to control him right now?
No, of course not. A wise young king listens to his counselors and heeds their advice. The brother was not a wise king. The brother was not a good king. If he had been, perhaps he'd still be alive. To further the family line. You know how that happens?
Yes?
Yes, but has anyone explained the detail to you?
I don't think so. Avenge our son. Kill Tyrion.
Tyrion's my brother. Our brother.
Oh, there you go.
Why have the gods made me love a hateful woman?
Whoa. Jamie, what the hell?
Stop it!
Oh.
It's not right. It's not right.
I don't care. I don't care.
Don't touch him.
I don't care.
Get my gold. Be on my way.
On your way where?
Yeah, which
Why
can
do
do
you
next?
care?
You're my friend now.
We don't have much, but any man that bled for House Tully is welcome to it.
But he didn't. Oh, Arya. What a sweet smile.
We are. Frey will burn in the seventh hell for what he did.
Fair wages for fair work.
Really? What? He just robbed them?
And they'll both be dead come winter.
You don't know that!
I do know it!
You're the worst shit in the Seven Kingdoms!
I just understand the way things are. How many stars they got to behead before you figure it out?
She's not a whore.
No? Maybe I'll give her a copper tonight and find out.
She's not safe here. Are you kidding me?
A wildling.
Makes me sound a bit dangerous, doesn't
Aw.
There's 100 men lying awake at night picturing you.
it? And what about you?
Yeah, including you.
What about me?
Oh. Did he not get it, but she's into him?
Worry about you. You'd be safer in Molestown.
Are you bored of me?
Oh, no.
Of you. I
Love you. Sweet Sam. Say it.
want to protect you.
The Golden Company. Never broken a contract. They're sellswords. We're willing to use blood magic to put you on the throne, but we're not willing to pay men to fight.
I'm running out of time, Sir Davos. Which means you're running out of time.
You won't be a very good hand if you see the word knight and say Kurd nigget.
That happened once, weeks ago. You're your father's daughter, no mistake. Bloody relentless, the both of you.
You'll never read well if you move your lips. That's how children do it.
Adventures of Eliogrivas, First Sword of Bravos. Thank you very much.
Is he thinking about getting the Bank of Bravos on his side? Because the kingdom owes him a debt.
Well, you should write it yourself. It's good practice.
It's too important for me. I need a smart person to do it. Go on.
Could find other work for her too.
No.
No other work.
There'd be money. Give you a piece of it.
No.
No other work.
It's not his decision to make either. Actually, it is. Yeah, it's not his decision to make. He should have asked her if she wanted to, but maybe he knew that she wouldn't want to.
Boys and girls.
Does that surprise you?
Everyone has a preference.
And everyone is missing half the world's pleasure.
I'm sorry about your grandson.
Are you?
I don't believe that a child is responsible for the sins of his father. Or his grandfather.
Men at war commit all kinds of crimes without their superiors' knowledge.
So you deny involvement in Elias' murder?
Categorically.
Categorically.
Mace Tyrell will serve as the second judge.
Oh.
I would like you to be the third.
Why?
I would also invite you to sit on the small council to serve as one of the new king's principal advisors.
Whoa.
You're saying you need us.
Kneel and I'll consider it.
You help me serve justice to them.
Jamie's here. Oh no, it's Pod.
Brought you some wine, my lord, but they took it from me. Didn't find the candles, though.
Candles?
A quill, some parchment, duck sausage.
Aww.
If I were arranging a royal assassination, I'd plan it in such a way that I wouldn't be standing there gawking like a fool when the king died.
Pod laughed.
My father, maybe Joffrey was too much work for him. Sweet Tommen would be so much easier to handle.
I'll vouch for you.
If I have to take that long walk to the executioner's block, I don't want to see your head already mounted.
My lord.
Get yourself out of King's Landing before it's too late.
Lord!
This is farewell.
Oh, wow.
Pod.
I love you.
There has never lived a more loyal squire.
No one boils a potato better than your mum.
Potato. Oh no, Ygritte. Oh god. Ah! The wild thing showed. Oh.
We go after them. We'll be giving them what they want.
Fighting out.
To draw us out.
Yeah, into the
Pick us
field.
off a few at a time.
Thought you'd have blue eyes by now.
Whoa. They're. Damn.
They've got Craster's food and his wives.
They did stay there.
Girls, never thought they'd miss their daddy.
Damn.
Carl's running things now. He's the one put a knife through Craster's mouth.
They know. They know too much.
I told the Wardlings we had over 1,000 men at Castle Black alone. How long do you think they'll keep that information to themselves when the Wardlings are peeling their fingernails off? Man says all he needs to crush us, he just doesn't know it yet. Even if every one of us kills 100 Wardlings, there's still not a thing we can do to stop them.
I don't think I can kill 100 Wardlings.
A single rider. A champion of Marine.
Champion?
They want you to send your own champion against them.
Oh. Oh, it's gonna be like a one-on-one duel to end the war? Who do you choose?
I have something to say to the people of Marine. First, I will need this one to be quiet.
I've been by your side longer than any of them, Khaleesi. Let me stand for you today as well.
You're my most trusted advisor, my most valued general, and my dearest friend. I will not gamble with your life.
I'm not your general, or a member of your Queen's Guard, or the commander of your Unsullied.
I'm the most useless one.
I come from nothing. And before long, I will return to nothing. Let me kill this man for you.
Let me kill this man for you.
Very well.
I would want a horse.
Horses are faster than men.
Horses are dumber than men.
Oh, I can't wait to see this. Alright, this Dario actor is gonna earn his keep right now. He's gonna... better make me like him. What are you looking... This cocky bastard. He's not even drawing his weapon, he's just standing there. A dagger. That was easy. And stab him. Kill him now. So easy. Amazing. Oh. Oh. What are they doing? Fire. What are they flinging? Those are shackles. That's a statement. These are all the slaves we freed. Ooh. Oh, damn. Oh. Wow. Oh, this music. I love this music. Alright guys, so the episode picked up right where the last one ended. At first I thought Cersei was asking for Sansa because she believed that Sansa might have had something to do with Joffrey's death, but I realized, involved or not, Cersei wanted to hurt Sansa to punish Tyrion. I think Littlefinger knows what Varys, Olenna, and Tywin do, that Sansa is the key to the north. He's trying to take her in for his own ambitions, so he's extremely cunning. It'll be interesting to see what he does in the coming episodes. Killing Dantos, I don't know if he had to die. He should have just taken him with him, if anything. But money buys silence for a time, but a bolt in the heart buys it forever. He's got these really good lines, and it pisses me off because I don't like him as a character, but... And then Marjorie and Olenna have no real way of asserting power right now, but Olenna knows that the Lannisters still need the Tyrells. So yeah, they're gonna pair off Marjorie and Tommen, apparently. I didn't think that whoever poisoned Joffrey intentionally made Tyrion to take the fall, and I only saw it as an opportune moment, like, oh, the cup is right there, let's do it. But it does make sense to have someone take the blame to throw suspicion off of yourself. Like I said the last video, there were only a few suspects, and Olenna seemed the most likely one to me, and I don't think she has anything against Tyrion. And then Joffrey's body is barely cold before Olenna is talking to Marjorie about what to do next, and it's interesting. But hey, Tywin doesn't waste time mourning Joffrey either, and what a scene with Tommen and Tywin. I really, really enjoyed that. Tommen's moving up in the world. These are some of the first lines he's had in the entire series, I believe. And he's not ready to lead at all, but more ready than Joffrey. But Tywin makes sure he knows that he's not ready. I think in that one scene, Tommen went from Cersei's son to Tywin's puppet pretty quickly. And Cersei wasn't feeling that good about it at all. Tommen was talking about pious, just, and strong kings, all useless in the end without wisdom. And Tywin was just like, a good king should listen to me. And I think he's giving Tommen a sex talk while they exit the Sept. It's pretty funny. And then Jaime comes in and Cersei wants him to kill Tyrion. When she mentioned the line about him turning her joy into ashes in her mouth, I actually forgot that he had said that. I thought it was something that she had said, because honestly, those words sound much more like her. I realized later that it wasn't. It doesn't sound like Tyrion because he was playing a role. Because it was when Cersei thought Ros was with Tyrion and he was like swore vengeance, and she doesn't realize that he actually doesn't care at all because he wasn't with Ros. And then the frick, Jaime. He starts assaulting Cersei. There was a moment where I thought she started to reciprocate when she pulled him in by his neck, but not that would have made the fact that he pressed on to begin with okay, but that would send a bad message, just that like persistence can somehow make assault consensual. Like, it was very obviously difficult to watch, and I don't know why the writers and directors included that brief moment where it seemed like she was consenting. Like, if they were trying to make it a statement about consent and how just because someone says yes at some point doesn't mean they can't say no again later, like it didn't really work. Like, it's a really weird narrative choice as well, because Jaime was supposed to be on like this path of redemption, but then this happens. It's like really, really weird to me. I'd actually really like the writers and directors' thoughts on this, but I feel like there might be spoilers if I look it up now, and I think they might address this later somehow. I feel like if they were trying to make a point about consent, they should have addressed it in the same episode, though. But we don't see them again for the rest of the episode. Also, Jaime was like, "Why have the gods made me love a hateful woman?" Jaime, the right move there is to move on, not to rape her. Jeez. Alright, moving on for now. Arya and the Hound are treated as guests by a farmer, and they scarf down the rabbit stew that Sally makes. The farmer offers Sanders silver to protect them for a bit, and I'm not sure if Arya is like actually on board for this a little bit, but that goes all to hell the next morning anyway. Her line to Sandor, "You're the worst shit in the Seven Kingdoms," is such a great insult. I don't know where the writers are going with the Hound though, but he's really interesting. He's a really interesting character. I wonder if he'll become more good as the time goes on, or yeah. Sam says that 100 men all picture Gilly in their beds at night, and Gilly asks, "And what about you?" And like she wants a genuine answer. It seems like she really likes him actually, but the question like totally goes over his head. He doesn't get what she's asking for, and he's just like, "What about me? Have you ever seen the that GIF of like those dogs like just floppy ear like this, like I'll post that too. But yeah, I get why Sam wants to move Gilly. Like, I wouldn't trust the Night's Watch around her at all. It's interesting because there are some parallels with Tyrion sending Shay away. The big difference is that Sam did it as kindly as he could. But I understand why Gilly is angry. She feels like he's giving up on protecting her, and that he doesn't care for her as much anymore. There definitely could have been more communication, but she's grown up with such a messed up life. Like, of course, she's going to get some social cues wrong. Plus, Moldtown, was it? Moldtown? That place didn't give off a feeling of safety either, and she must not have felt comfortable there without Sam, so that can contribute to that too. No one boils a potato better than your mum. Famous last words. The wildlings spared just that young boy to send him to Castle Black with news that they're coming. And now the Night's Watch know that the wall needs to be their greatest they always knew, but they reiterated that protecting the wall is their greatest priority. Luckily, Gren and I finally found out his name, Ed, were able to get free from Craster's Keep, and so we as the audience find out that Rast and Carl are still there. I actually wasn't sure where they were. I was afraid of Jon and Sam going back to Castle Black because I was like, oh, Rast and Carl might be there and it could be dangerous. But yeah, Jon told the wildlings there were 1,000 men. That can't bode well if Mance Rayder finds out. And I'm kind of annoyed that at the end of last season, Stannis said he was going to go towards the wall and protect the kingdom from White Walkers. But now that Joffrey's dead, he's preoccupied by that. Like, dude, the wall. They need his help. And Stannis is against using sellswords because it goes against honor, I guess. Like, he doesn't feel like loyalty bought by gold will be worth anything in the end. Even if he wins, he's just like, it doesn't feel like he's the rightful king. The people, he thinks that people will question his reign because it isn't legitimate should he win. But he seems to relent when he says that they don't have the money for it. And now that I think about it, Davos might have thought to borrow from the Bank of Davos might have... Yeah, I said Davos, right? Davos might have thought to borrow from the Bank of Bravos. When I was originally watching, I thought he was trying to convince the bank to go against King's Landing because they haven't paid their debts. But I guess it could go either way. Tywin is maneuvering to get Dorne on his side now by making Oberyn part of the small council and take part in the trial to judge Tyrion. And he promises to help him serve justice against the Mountain. But I don't see that working out the way Oberyn imagines it. I think the Mountain is too significant a piece to put in danger like that. But I could be wrong. Maybe Oberyn is more important. And the most heartfelt moment of this episode. Pod is such a loyal squire. I feel bad for him. Like, he smuggled in candles, parchment, quill, duck sausage, almonds, and some cheese. I'm kind of surprised he didn't like smuggle in a bazooka for Tyrion to escape, honestly. That's how loyal he is. He went to the future to get a bazooka. This trial, though, it's going to be rigged, of course. I'm not clear on the rules exactly, but can Tyrion still request a trial by combat? Like, can he do that again? I don't know who could represent him, though. Jaime can't with his hand, and it would also put him too at odds with the rest of the family. I think Cersei would never forgive him. I suppose the only option would be Bronn, and I'm not sure how willing he'd be able to do that, given that even if he wins, Tyrion will likely be an outcast and probably can't pay him. And he's also under investigation himself, so... And I'm actually not as sure about Olenna being the one to initiate the assassination after Tyrion suggests that Tywin might be behind it because Joffrey was too difficult to handle. Olenna was the one who could have done it most easily, but maybe it was Tywin's idea. I don't know if they're working together. Like, they both have things to gain from Joffrey's death. Tywin, someone easier to control in Tommen, and Marjorie, Olenna killing off Joffrey so that Marjorie wouldn't have to deal with such a sadistic husband, and yeah. Yeah, but what an emotional goodbye that was between Pod and Tyrion. I hope they meet again at some point if Tyrion can get out of this situation somehow. Now, the end of the episode, the breaker of chains, Daenerys. I like how she arrived at risking Daario's life. Like, Grey Worm volunteers. No, you're the leader of the Unsullied. I can't risk your life. Barristan volunteers. No, you've won too many single combats. You're our trump card. And then Jorah volunteers. No, you're my most trusted advisor, my most valued general, and my dearest friend. I didn't realize she thought of him that way, but that's really sweet. And then Daario volunteers. It's like, I'm not a general or Queen's Guard or commander, and I just joined your side. Let me kill this man for you. And Daenerys is just like, yes, you are the most useless one here. Very well. But yeah, the new Daario actor won me over with that performance, especially that wink at Daenerys while the guy was like charging full speed at him on horseback. And then dagger right to the horse's head, and then the blade, which I think is the same one the Dothraki use in season 1. And then she hurls with catapults so many broken chains to let the slaves know their freedom is inevitable. And this city is definitely the largest. I've heard in the history and lore that this is the largest slave city. But it'll be interesting to see how successful they are this time, what setbacks they have. It feels like she's asking for the slaves' help too, so we'll see if that plays out in any way. But this episode was really good. I can't give episodes. I can't give a 4.5 to this because but I also feel like I can't go any lower than 4. So this is another 4.0 Direwolves, guys. You know what? Let's do 4.25. I'm not going to do just halves anymore. 4.25. It's good. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. If you can't wait to watch the next episode, make sure to check out the early access option on Patreon in the link in the description below. The next 3 episodes are up already. I'll also be holding a vote to see what movie I'll react to next if you want to vote on what you'd like to see first. For the month of February, I'm choosing between a few movies I haven't seen. The first one is it The Room or just Room? The one with Brie Larson. She won an Oscar for that. And I kind of want to see, I haven't seen her in anything so far, and I kind of want to see something of hers before I watch Captain Marvel, which I will also watch on my channel. Movie number 2, option number 2 is Pulp Fiction. Can you believe I haven't seen that yet? It's ridiculous. It's been, yeah, I still haven't seen that. I know that famous scene like English motherfucker, do you speak it? The third option this month is Tale of Princess Kaguya. It's a Studio Ghibli film. I have not seen most of the Studio Ghibli films. I've seen Ponyo and The Moving Castle. Howl's Moving Castle, yeah. So those are the only 2 I've seen, and this is one of the ones I wanted to start with. Next is Suicide Squad. Not caught up on the DC universe just yet. I also have some Disney films I'm not caught up with, so I'm going to do Dumbo is on this list for this month. Yeah, have not seen Dumbo. And then finally, last movie on the vote this month is Shaolin Soccer. I've actually seen that before, but I have a friend who hasn't seen it, and I could watch it together and talk about it afterwards. So yeah, thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, friends.